All right. Hello, everyone. We are live with Owen Video
It's Owen Video.
at Clamour 18.
Owen Video.
All right.
That's called a hook, folks. That's a hook. That's all that is.
Owen is not drunk. We would have taken it away a lot earlier.
Yeah.
if
Now
he was.
that we have your attention. Now that we have your attention.
So we are live today to talk about Clamour 18.
Work. Been following your channel. Congrats to your daughter on her gymnastics championship there. El Economista YouTuber is out there watching, so that's always good to see. I hope you guys enjoyed the beginning. Clamour is to my understanding, it's 100% invite only. You know, it's people are asking where can I get tickets, and it's like you can't, dude. Like, don't even ask. You know, you've got to have everyone that I know here has got 300K subscribers or more. And they're part of the family, you know, they're actively engaged in certain communities and niches, family bloggers and that sort of thing. So it's an elite event, and the people here are actively working to grow the YouTube community, right? There's a certain atmosphere,
Absolutely,
that's here.
And one thing I've noticed, especially about Clamour, kind of bring up to you, Owen, is you've been to a lot of these events, and what would you say makes this event, besides the invite only, what have you learned here that is valuable for you personally?
That bacon wrapped shrimp is absolutely the way to go for lunch. Let me tell you something. I used to have things like salads. Never again. Never again. For me, champagne and bacon wrapped shrimp. You know, you know, grab me a ice cream Sammy over there. I could use one. So your question was,
what have you learned personally at Clamour?
Well, I mean, Daryl Eves had just tremendous things to say about the YouTube algorithm, and then you know there was some other great sessions here as well. And what I like about the sessions here is that they're by creators for creators. So I did a session on email marketing and membership sites, and I think that went over really well. But what I'm actually learning is not so much from what's happening on stage. I'm learning a lot from watching how top YouTubers interact with each other. I'm watching guys with 300,000 subs interact with people with 1.3 million subs, and there is no hierarchy of who's better. There is no oh dude, can I get your autograph, right? There is only colleagues at an event together, to hang out, to learn from each other, and to grow together. So, Katie, Air 5 me. There we go.
Brian Q. Johnson says, "Cool kids alert." Out on Twitter and or wherever you think someone would find this useful. And I do think it's interesting to note that we will be at VidCon. You can thank Brian G, Nick Nimmin, Owen Video, Roberto Blake, the entire TubeBuddy crew, and the entire live stream crew. So it'll be a lot of fun.
And there's gonna be more beer and champagne for the YouTubers. You know, I think that's what I'm learning a lot is what does it mean to be a professional YouTuber? You know, we talk a lot about like the algorithm, and we talk a lot about getting more views and how to optimize your titles, but there's something to be said about enjoying the place where we're at. Guys, like bomb me or give me some thumbs up if you guys agree with that. Like just enjoying the place where you're at and saying, hey, I'm in the game, right? You know, I don't care if you've got 100 subs and growing. If you have 1,000 subs and you're stalled, or if you had 15,000 and you stopped, you know, you're in the game, you're playing in the space. And that, I think that's a real privileged place to be. I think it really says a lot about who you are. And I'm watching these creators interact with each other, and there's not, it's interesting. I'm looking at your computer, it says envy on it. I'm not seeing that envy. What I'm seeing is a drive not just to grow their own channels, but to bring more people into the fold to experience the kind of life. Did I spit on you?
No.
Okay. If it's an itch, it's all these bugs around here. So if you guys see me smack my forehead, you know, in the middle of the thing, it's a fly-like place. You know, that's what I'm seeing here. It's a lot of energy and synergy, and it's not just about your channel. It's about everyone else's channel. It's about bringing everybody up. And for me, that's really encouraging. You know, if I may, I spent most of my day with Evan Carmichael. And we had some of the most meaningful conversation. Now, Evan Carmichael's got a snuck in behind and was just talking to me, and he says, we got into a conversation, and he says, you know, you've got a special talent for this, and he's really just like encouraging me and lighting me up. And he says, but what's wrong? He's like, I could tell there's something off in your content, much as you. I'm talking about most of the day, Evan Carmichael and I were hanging out, talking, eating sandwiches together, goofing off part of the time, but also talking about, you know, his encouragement to me was to keep going, to be who you are, be Owen Video, and to grow so that there can be more of us YouTubers. You know, you guys are out there. Who's out there right now? Brian.
We're seeing Brian G. I'm seeing Michael.
Brian G is out there. Hiking with Sean is out there. Real Estate Whisperer is out there. Aussie is out there. You know, this the History Terp is all. This is all for you guys. Okay. We are all bringing people up. We are lighting people up. We're making their day better. They come home. They got yelled at their boss. Their wife is mad because they forgot to take the trash out. Kids screaming. Trash hasn't been taken out. And what do? They log in to YouTube to get a laugh, to learn about how to grow their own channel with Brian G. Or maybe they're tuning into Real Estate Whisperer because what she does is super funny. You know, we are bringing people up. We're bringing them out of their misery. We're giving them an escape, and a good escape. And we need more people here. We need more people at Clamour. And so I'm learning that to be a successful YouTuber isn't just about having 300,000 subs. It's about having a mindset that is about encouraging others and bringing others into the fold. And I think that's really exciting.
Absolutely. One thing that we heard today was, what value are you bringing? What are you making your audience feel? And a lot of times people want to hear, oh, well, I want to grow. But if you're not making them feel anything, is the growth worth it? And I mean, if you have 1 million subscribers, but you don't enjoy the content you're putting out, then was it worth it?
Right.
And I think a lot of our users sometimes niche themselves to a place they don't necessarily want to keep creating.
Yeah.
And I think that's a interesting place to be in. As someone who is always evolving their content, as someone who is constantly shifting, have you ever experienced that? And if how, what?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm experiencing it right now, and we talked about that this morning. You know, if I can share a little bit of what you said this morning, you know, Andrew's like, you know, we had some coffee. We were both in the bathtub, and Andrew says, I'm trying to get Phil to laugh. Like, part of the goal is always to make Phil laugh. No, we're sitting out here and we're having coffee this morning, and Andrew says, you know, Owen, I got to tell you, it doesn't seem like you've been enjoying the content process lately, and it's kind of coming off on camera. And I go, you know, dag burn it. Andrew you're absolutely right. I haven't been enjoying it, right? I've been trying to be someone that I'm not, right? I've been looking at people who are successful, and I'm like, I want their success. And so I've tried to emulate them by doing tips and tricks and how to write titles and these things that don't really light my fire. Now, I'm not saying that content's bad, but it doesn't light my fire. It was never what I was about. And somehow I slipped into that. What you've helped me realize, and what Evan Carmichael has helped me realize, is that I need to do content that's true to me, and that's why I'm doing sort of this fun drunky stuff, right? Because we're not drunk, like, at all. No. You know what I mean?
I don't think we'd be having this trip if we were.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, exactly. Somebody be pulling the plug on it real quick. But it's fun. You know, I'm a goofball, and that's what I want to do. Is I want to be goofy, and I think what you guys are going to see on my channel is you're going to see more goofy stuff. Evan was saying the same thing. It's like, if you're doing content to please other people, you're gonna burn out, and it's gonna end in flames, and that's not how I want my channel to die, right? If anything, I've often said to people, you know, when I die, and I mean like metaphysical. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's the thing with my channel. And that's where I'm going to be going with my channel. I'm still going to be doing educational tips and things like this, and training people in camera confidence and things like this. But I'm going to do it in a way that satisfies me at the end of the day, where I go to bed and I go, that was really fun. Oh, only got 100 views? Who cares, right? I had fun doing it, and I can tell my kids, like, hey, this is what it's all about. And so, you know, for you guys out there, you got to do content that lights your fire. There's an expression that says, if you light yourself on fire, people will come around for miles to see you burn. And that's what you have to be like. You know, Gadgets is out there hiking, Aussie. Do content that lights you up. Cricket's watching. Do content that lights you up. In fact, if you like that, if you agree with that, put a flame in the comment section, or write fire in the comment section right now. Do content that lights you up.
Absolutely.
And don't try to be Nick Nimmin. Don't try to be Brian G. Johnson. Don't try to be Owen Video. Don't try to be Roberto Blake, right? Or the other streamers, Andrew Can, the people that stream on this channel. Be you, and take what you're learning from us and apply it in a way that makes sense for you.
Absolutely. I just also want to say thank you to VReacts, Gamer Gramps, and a few others I've seen in chat. I saw this question in 2 different ways, so I'm just going to paraphrase it in about what they were both asking, and I'll give you my advice as well as Owen. You can chime in at any time. So the question is, how do I get that first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time? And most of the time when I see that question asked, it's like, it's based on, I want to make money. I'm not making content that will get me to that watch time or get me to that subscriber count.
Yeah.
And that is Phil.
What's
with
Phil doing?
Look to your right there. That is CEO.
Oh my gosh, that is okay. So Phil Starkovich wakes up this morning wearing a banana hammock, drinking a mocha latte, and he asked us to go for a dip in the pool. That is incredible. That is, I would call it raw, but that would only. I've never been leopard hunting, but I might. I'm not about animal cruelty, but that is insane. And there's a whole story behind that I think I don't know if I want to tell it.
So we were in Palm Springs. Coachella was not that far away.
Dude, Phil, that was classic.
That was
I can watch it. Like, don't put it on my face. I don't want to look up. It's like looking up at a rain cloud. You know what I mean? I don't want that to fall on my face.
Back to the question.
Why does it smell like musk over here?
Don't want to know. Back to the question at hand. I feel a lot of times that people are focusing so much on hitting those numbers that they're not making content that genuinely matters, and that is a factor into making content that will make you burn out, that will make you unhappy.
Yeah.
And if you're so focused on hitting those achievements, then you're not doing what you need to be successful.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to know where Phil got the fishing line. Like, who brings fishing line to a conference? Was that Twine? Okay, how do you get your first 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours watch time? Let me tell you guys how I built my channel. I made a video and I put it up. I made another video and I put it up, and I made another video and I put it up, and I didn't upload another video for like 6 months. Came back to my channel, I had 6,000 subscribers. So boom, that's how you do it. You make videos that you want to make, and who cares? Who cares? Now, you want to strategically get to this place where you can be in monetization so you can officially start making no money, right? Oh, I got my 4,000 hours. Guess what, guys? My clients, I have 2 clients that just hit 4,000 hours and 1,000 subs. And guess where they're at? They're in line waiting to be approved. It's been a month. They're still making no money. And guess what happens when they get approved? They'll be making 0 money. You don't make money at that level. You make money getting sponsorships, getting clients, starting membership sites. We're at ClamourCon. There are people here with 500,000 subs, millions of minutes of watch time per month, and they are making 0 money because they've been demonetized, or maybe they made their money and there was like a song in the background and they got demonetized. You know, we're always looking at like the lowest bar, right? Oh, I want to get to this place where I'm monetized. Why? So you can make pennies. And then that's what I predict. Now you're making pennies and you're complaining about YouTube the whole time. Oh, YouTube doesn't pay enough. YouTube doesn't pay enough. I mean, here's the thing. Make the content you love. Set your own standards. Set your own bars, right? So 1,000 and 4,000 is YouTube standard. Set your own standard. You want to get 5,000 subs and 1 million minutes per month. You know, do your own thing and let the money come to you. Now, if you're more business savvy or more business minded, get 1,000 subscribers and then start writing sponsors. Absolutely. Get 5,000 subs and go join Grapevine or go join FameBit and start making sponsorship money, right? What are you going to do next year when YouTube says, all right, from now on, it's 5,000 subs and 100,000 minutes of hours of watch time? What are you going to do?
The goalpost will always change. And we saw it when it switched from 10,000 views to this new system. And that's a great point. I think a lot of people, instead of focusing on making a sustainable business, what they're focused on is getting what old YouTube was. And that old YouTube dream. But unfortunately, we can't go backwards. We can only go forward.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know, do you think old YouTube, that dream of just living on AdSense, is sustainable anymore?
No, no, not at all. And Brian G. Johnson is just blowing up the comments with wisdom here. He's saying 100,000 subs, that's my standard. Yeah, that's what I think he's saying. The silver button, that's my standard too. It's the silver button. And I don't care how much money I make because I'm freaking fully monetized on the back end. Brian G is saying nobody complains on YouTube. That's crazy talk. Yeah. I know the Real Estate Whisperer is making money selling homes. How many of you guys know Benji from It's Judy's Life and also from Video Influencers? Guys, he's monetized out the wazoo with his real estate dealings. He's now making money 7-10 years later. He's now making money on YouTube. But I was just talking to him today, and we have a video coming out on my channel where he's like, the money that I make on AdSense is pocket change compared to what I make on the back end through my real estate dealings. So, you know, you've got to ask yourself, you know, what are you doing this for? Like YouTube standard? Come on, guys. YouTube could change the game in a year and say, from now on, no monetization at all. And they would be right in doing so because it's their company and they can do whatever they want. Imagine that you have your family and your way of doing things in your life, and maybe you're with your parents still, and that's fine too. And but you got your own system. And then somebody you don't know, has never heard of you, says, hey, you have to start giving half of your paycheck to me because I think that that's fair. Right? You'd be like, what? It doesn't make any sense. Right? So now look at YouTube. YouTube has got all these creators with 2 subs, 100 subs going, hey, you need to pay me more money. Give me a break. They can do whatever they want. And that's real talk right there. You know what I mean? They can do whatever they want. And if you're relying on someone else to make your dreams come true, you are a slave. You are a slave to someone else's whims and business model. And YouTube is not about that. I'm not about that. YouTube is about freedom. I'm about freedom. You have got to find your own way to freedom. You might have like a little monetization here from YouTube. You know, I make like $400 a month in AdSense right now. And I know people that are 3 times as big as me making about the same. You know, it all depends on your niche and what you're making. That for me, it pays for ads. It goes right back into the company, and we put those ads into Facebook actually. So our budget for Facebook ads is dependent on what we make on YouTube. Our Facebook ads actually put money into the company. Does that make sense? So we're putting money into the company with free money that we get from YouTube. But you know, the big killing is in client work and showing other people how to do what we're doing. And we've created that pathway. So, you know, you guys have got to create your own pathway to freedom.
Absolutely. And I like to remind people that what we're doing didn't 15 years ago. It didn't exist 20 years ago. This opportunity is unique.
Mel Gibson. Someone cue Mel Gibson. I freaking love Brian. Brian's cracking me up tonight.
Brian is fantastic. Thank you for all the support on the channel. And I also would like to say thank you to, I believe it's Satigu, for saying thank you for TubeBuddy on Android. If you're unaware, TubeBuddy is now on Android as well as iOS. You can download it at tubebuddy.com/mobile. And if anyone has any questions for Owen or any questions in general, please let us know. But one thing I want to say is that TubeBuddy we don't monetize. We have not made any money from the monetization model. All of our money is made off-site.
So you guys aren't monetized at all? You guys aren't
No ads.
Okay. Well, hallelujah. I would run ads. Why not? But I guess you don't want your competitors running ads. Even though all right, I'll be tactful. Okay, so Card Sharp is saying my question wasn't about money; it's about getting subscribers. Look, here's the thing, and I've got 4 videos coming out on how to get subscribers. How to get subscribers is about it's relative to making the content you love. If you light yourself on fire, people will subscribe to watch you burn. And what I mean is burn with passion, right? Make the content you want to make, right? I see all these gamers making the same content that everyone else is making. Fortnite, I'm the wrong guy because I don't know Fortnite, but it's like,
Minecraft was big.
Minecraft, right? How to do XYZ in Minecraft, blah, 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 blah. It's all about perspective, right? Be funny in your streams. Or maybe you're a hip hop artist, right? Do Minecraft and do some hip hop while you're in it. Maybe you're a songwriter like Jennifer Masumba, who I keep referencing because I just love her I love her work. It's so unique and so like she's gonna do whatever she wants to do.
And V-React makes a good point.
V-React rocks, yeah.
Be yourself. I think personality is what sells, and I agree. Hiking with Sean says my channel is a business. I have a business plan backed by my experience and my MBA. I have an LLC and I trademarked it, but I'm a very unique business owner.
Yeah.
First goal, have fun. I think so many people forget that if you're not having fun, then at the end of the day, you can't go home and do what you said, Owen, and just enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
You can't, because you will work
You're
from
trapped
home working on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And
you're doing content that you hate and you're wondering why it's not working. And guys, this is exactly the situation I've been in for like, I would say close to a year. Is I'm making content that I thought would like take off, right? I did a whole year of how to live stream, how to change your live stream thumbnails, how to, and guess what? Ain't nobody searching for it.
Here's a unique question: how to get views with good content. If you believe your content is good, the best ways to get views are by 4 simple things. You need to make sure that you are optimizing both your title, description, your tag, and your thumbnail. That sounds easy, and honestly, a lot of people overlook how simple YouTube can be. YouTube is the 2nd largest search engine. How do you find content on this platform? You search for it. You need to be making your videos searchable. All videos can be searchable. It's not easy, but it is doable. The thing is, nothing in life is going to be easy. I will give you an example. If you can give me a channel type that you want to make searchable content for, I will gladly give you searchable videos. But the thing is, you always have to create the content.
Yeah.
And I think you'll agree with this.
Yeah, I agree. Like all these things about how to get subscribers and Card Sharp, I see what you're saying, and I dig you, man. I want to in fact, Card Sharp, go to my channel and subscribe, or leave a comment so I can go click on your channel and subscribe to your channel, because I want to follow you, man. Here's the thing, like, bring people to the party, okay? And Daryl has talked about this, and Jeremy has talked about this, and Tim has talked about this. Bring people to the party, right? So Card Sharp, you're doing you're doing card games and card hacks. You've got to go into card forums and say, guys, look at what I'm doing on YouTube, right? You're literally going out, you're handing them a pamphlet, and you're saying, come to my party tonight, right? I got a party coming out 3 p.m. on Tuesdays. I got a video coming out 3 p.m. on Tuesdays. Come over to that party and be a part. Go to where the people are, because the way the algorithm works is that, you're going to release a video, and if you don't get velocity on it, which means that your 100 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers don't click on it, then that video is going to die on the vine. It's not going to rank, and it's just going to be dead on the vine. So what you have to do is you have to go bring people to the party with pre-promotion and post-promotion, right? So you're in forums or in Facebook groups, or you're talking to Twitter folks, and you're like, oh yeah, you're just commenting. Like, I got a video on that coming out soon. I got a video on that coming out soon. I got a video on that coming out soon. Link in bio, link in profile, link in bio. You know what I mean? And you're letting people know what you do. So when that video comes out, you've got a whole bunch of people that are waiting for this video to come out on how to win at poker or 5-card draw or whatever the case might be. This whole idea that you're going to make a video with a exact match keyword phrase, it's valuable. I'm not like discarding that, but it's not going to be an every time win, right? You have to bring your own people to the party. And that's a big part of what I did to grow my YouTube channel. In fact, I'm not doing a lot of that now, and I should be doing more of it. And the reason I'm not doing it now, folks, is because I'm making so much freaking money, no joke, that by 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I'm done. I don't want to keep going. And I'm not saying I make a ton of money to
discourage
or to brag even. I'm hoping to encourage you guys that it's possible, right? I want to encourage, because I built my business on YouTube. YouTube opened the door to the money that I'm making now. And I make most of my money is recurring. So as soon as the month starts over again, everyone's cards get billed again. So what I did in the beginning was I was on forums. I was going to breakfast groups at BNI and frickin' I was leaving cards behind at every coffee shop I went to. I would put a business card on the bulletin board, and it was like, learn card tricks, ownvideo.net, right? And stuff like that.
Today, we had a pretty cool idea with leaving certain things behind for TubeBuddy users. If they found a certain pair of sunglasses, they can get something. So always be innovating. Always have ways where people can find you.
Innovate or die.
Basically.
Innovate or die. You're going to die on the vine. You're like, oh, I'm uploading a video and nobody watched it. Well, if nobody watched it within 48 hours, nobody will ever see it in search. You guys got to understand that. You have to get that video out to people. You've got to use Agorapulse, guys. I go to agorapulse.com and open up a free account there. Set stuff up in your Twitter. And so you release a new video, but then you share it on Twitter automatically, every day at different times. So at like 10 o'clock on Monday, at noon on Tuesday, at 3 p.m. on Wednesday. You see where I'm going with that? And do that for like 8 weeks with every video. So now your Twitter is loaded up with all your videos, right? I have a video called how to drive traffic with your Facebook live stream. And I've got it on like a 17-week rotation on Twitter. And every time it goes out, somebody new likes it, somebody new retweets it. And all it takes is that one person to see it. That one person who's like, oh, I'm going to put that in my blog.
Absolutely.
Or oh, I'm going to retweet that to my 100,000 subscriber base, right? You have to kind of like put these systems in place to get your videos out once you've made them. This whole idea that Brian made a good point the other day. He says,
yes, TubeBuddy is on Android. Just want to quickly answer that.
He says you can't judge your channel video to video. You have to judge your channel month to month. And it's so wise. Guys, I've been there. I have been there. I have cried over my channel. I'm a grown man. I can admit to crying. And I was at a wedding yesterday. I cried yesterday, dude. Like a guy that I counseled. My wife and I were marriage counselors in our other life, and we counseled him, and now he's getting married. They were going to break up, and now they're getting married. And I'm like sobbing like a little baby as one of the groomsmen. I've cried over my channel. I've cried over like the lack of success and the frustration and watching my friends get to 100,000 subs in the same amount of time where I only got 10,000 subs. And that's a part of life, but it's like, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to learn from your mistakes or not? Like me, I didn't learn from them. I was crying over my channel, but then I continued to make the same mistakes, instead of trying something different. And after meeting with Evan Carmichael, after speaking to you this morning, I'm in a place where I'm pumped to do the content that I want to do and get back to the original Owen, right? Which did whatever the hell I want to do. Right? Because I'm free. I'm free, and I'm not a slave to my content. I'm not a slave to my fans. I'm not a slave to the keyword algorithm. I'm going to do the content that I want to do. And if you like it, great. And if you don't like it, you can unsubscribe and you'll increase my engagement rate.
Well, I think that's something interesting. So many people are afraid, but what if people don't like it? What if people do? It's the same difference. Dislikes and likes all count as engagement rates. I see a comment asking, do I have paid TubeBuddy? Yes, I do, because I work for TubeBuddy. Therefore, I get access to paid TubeBuddy. Another question we had was, I am posting on forums, but they don't necessarily like videos. They're more of a photo forums. What would you recommend in that instance?
Post your thumbnail. Duh. You know, post your thumbnail. Post an image. Post the highest quality image screenshot of your video.
And this is for Devil's Donuts.
All of those things work, you know. And Card Sharp is asking, do we have our own channels? Yeah, and go to Owen Video. If you want to search for me, just go to Owen Video and subscribe to that channel. And Andrew, you've got a couple channels.
I have youtube.com/AndrewK. It's where I do my films. And it's interesting because earlier you mentioned that you don't need a lot of subscribers to make something great. And I created an award-winning short film personally on my channel and only had about 400 subscribers. So I think the idea that you need subscribers to create something worthwhile is a little, it's toxic.
Yeah, you're gonna rip yourself apart and you're gonna lose your motivation. You have to be creating content that lights your own fire. What if people don't like it? You know, like, is that how you live your life? Is that how you get dressed every morning? You know, people apply these rules to their YouTube channels that they don't apply anywhere else. Right? It's like, do you go to a restaurant and you're looking at the menu and you're like, well, I'm going to order the cheeseburger, but what if nobody else likes it? You know, or I'm going to wear this shirt today. What if nobody else likes it? You don't live your life that way. So why live your YouTube life that way? Make content that you like. And if people unsubscribe, you know what that means? It means they're not right for your channel. And the people that do subscribe, what it means is like you're building a concentrated channel. You're building a channel of people that love your content. Guys, I've been making content for a year based on other people liking it. You can see in my videos that I'm not having fun. I'm not enjoying it. I did not get ultra creative. And it didn't kill my channel, but it's killing me inside.
Cricket says this is like therapeutic support. I also wanted to welcome Tiffany Von Gravely and a few other people. And I think you're right. Again, I think one of our most successful streams on this channel is actually when all of our experts were together. And what we talked about mostly was things outside of YouTube. Again, if you want to learn how to get 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time, we all have videos on it. However, with live, the unique opportunity is instead of trying to get us to review your channel, we want to have a discussion. That's the beauty of this. We have a TubeBuddy community. We have 29 likes. We have 32 viewers. And this is without really heavily promoting this. And it is important to note that it is possible. So you have to remember all of these things. Brian G says experts in quotation marks and says cool.
You know, you guys are the experts in your field. You're the expert at you. So be you, right? And what I mean by that, like, if you're like me, I'm an eccentric type of person. In my videos, I'm always toning it down. I think moving forward, I'm going to be way more eccentric. So if you're kind of corny, be as corny as you can be in your videos. Like, you want to be at a place where you're like, here I am, world. You know, subscribe if you dig it, right? Otherwise, go about your business. And don't hate on your non-subscribers. They don't like you. There's a bunch of people you don't like. You know what I mean? You don't want them hating on you. Don't hate on your non-subscribers. Focus on the people that love you. Focus on the people that are commenting. Learn your subscribers by name. You know, there are countless channels with low subscribers, and they have 5 comments, and they haven't responded to a single one of those 5 comments.
Here's an interesting question. What do you guys think about YouTube being taught in film/TV business classes? What should be taught about it? So I think if you're going to be taught about YouTube, you should be taught about how it works as a search engine, how it works from a search engine optimization standpoint, and focus on why people create content. You is in YouTube, and that can either mean you personally or you as a community.
Yeah.
And I think most of the time when people are trying to learn about YouTube, they only want to learn to grow for themselves. And if you're only making content you will watch, then you're going to be the only one who's watching.
Yeah, look, I went to college, I got my degree, and I wouldn't change that. I'm glad I got my degree. And I learned a bunch from my degree. Okay, so I got a degree in media studies. My teachers don't know anything about YouTube. They still don't know anything about YouTube. My teachers hate that they can't regulate YouTube and they can't decide what we all get to watch on YouTube, right? These, you know, and I don't want to go too far into that side of things. Your business school teacher doesn't know jack diddly about YouTube. So they have no reason to teach it. that's my thought on business schools and film schools. Okay, so we're watching a panel today about, and these YouTubers, there's one girl has 1.2 million subscribers. And they were saying, like, how do we continue to teach or how do we continue to compete against television? And her thing was, we have to be different than television. She's like, the more like television we get, the more we're going to lose.
Well, you're no longer unique. Television exists.
YouTube exists for the voice that, you can, to be relatable, to be in communication with your creators. TV is a place of fakeness, and that's fine. I'm not against TV. We like TV, but it's not YouTube. And cable TV is what, like 8.1. This is on my Instagram, guys. If you want to go to my Instagram, cable's getting like 8.1 hours per week of the average consumer's time. YouTube's getting 12 hours. So it's no contest. YouTube is blowing it away because it's real.
Thank you, Brian.
Let your teacher teach, right? Your teacher's going to do whatever, but I guess at the end of the day, it's like, it's none of your business.
And then the follow-up question is, currently being taught YouTube is a good place to build a brand, but not a business. Do you agree?
No.
I disagree, because you can make a business off of YouTube.
Said the teacher who has now built a business on YouTube, right? It's so academic. I'm a professor. I'm old. And I don't know anything about YouTube. I don't know any YouTubers. I've never been to a YouTube conference, but I read a book by a guy who's also old and doesn't know any YouTubers. And they said that this is not a great place to build a business. What do they know about it? Guys, get your asses over to VidSummit. Go to VidSummit. Go to Video Marketing World. And you go and meet people like Brian G. Johnson. You go and meet people like Owen Video. You go and meet people like Banana Hammock Phil. And you meet people that have actually built businesses.
And I also think it's easy to say that you can't build a business if you haven't done it, but also YouTube is shifting so frequently to a point where it's almost impossible to say that with any authority. Again, 5 years ago, maybe, but now, no. I see so many businesses. I mean, The Rock started a business. Will Smith started coming.
Everybody. Will Smith produced Cobra Kai. How many of you guys seen the new Karate Kid, Cobra Kai? Absolutely. Will Smith, the movie star, produced it. So don't tell me businesses don't exist on YouTube. Give me your professor's number. Give me your professor's number.
YouTube is a great way to make an income. It's just discouraging that you don't make money until you find people that are willing to buy into your channel. No, that's any business. You can't make money if no one's going.
Totally, that's any business, dude. And Andrew, you got to get rid of that like entitlement mentality. Like, why do you deserve to make money? Why? Nobody's watching your stuff.
Possible,
but with this, I think he just revealed to us that nobody's. That's the thing, dude, is like, earn it, right? And I'm not trying to knock you. I'm trying to give you like a hard dose of reality, right? You have to provide value to the marketplace. On YouTube, the marketplace is attention, right? Gary Vee talks about where the attention goes, the money goes.
And that's how the algorithm is.
Get people's attention and you will make the money. Yeah, you got to get 1,000 subs or whatever, but you're missing the whole point. This is the point. If you can get 1,000 subscribers, you can get sponsors, and you can charge those sponsors whatever the hell you want. That's where the money is made. AdSense is alms for the poor, dude. AdSense is tuppence a bag. Do you know what that's from?
Yes.
What?
Well, first of all, I wanted to acknowledge Wyneth Kilner, who says you shouldn't be talking about growing a YouTube channel while drinking. It takes credibility away.
Oh, it takes my credibility. Yeah, BFD. What do I care? You know what I mean? Look at my channel. Look at my income, right? You don't get to set the rules for me, And if you guys look at how many people I've got live streaming with me on a Tuesday. If you're one of those people that is like looking for reasons to not be successful, right? What you need to do is keep your mouth closed and listen and learn, as opposed to like setting rules, right? You should drinking what? A glass of champagne. Are you aware of how little alcohol is in a glass of champagne? Like, I don't want to give you too much attention because the comment is nonsensical. That's like saying, oh, you shouldn't do YouTube while eating nachos. It takes away your credibility, right? This is the problem, is that you guys have got to be in a place where you are not looking for reasons to say no. You're accepting reasons to say yes, right? And the thing is this, you've got to be getting attention. If you're not getting attention.
And here's an interesting counterpoint to all of this. Most people right now are saying the honesty is super appreciated. While you may not see the value here, the value is maybe not for you in this instance. Understanding that you may not find value here does not mean that there is no value for other people. We have a question here that says, I now have 1,000 subscribers. How do I secure a brand deal? And I think this conference is an interesting example of this. In order to secure a brand deal, what most brands are looking for, and this comes from what we here at TubeBuddy look for, what other brands I've worked with have looked for, and it is what value can you bring our brand that another person either can or can't.
Yeah.
What makes you stand out?
Yeah.
Because Owen, you don't want to work with someone who has, like, let's say 10,000 subscribers, but they have nothing to do with your channel, and you really.
I get requests like that all the time. I've got like 3 requests in my inbox that are right now that are like, hey, we're a cross-stitching company, and we've noticed that your channel excels at SEO. It makes no sense. Here's another thing that brands look for, okay? Brands look for someone that can do business. A big problem with YouTubers is YouTubers don't know how to write professional proposals. YouTubers don't know how to respond in a timely fashion. YouTubers don't know how to structure a deal. You got to be in a place where you, as a YouTuber, you are I'm not gonna even get into that. Says him, right? Anybody can say anything in the comment section. But I will say this, right? Because there's like a little debate going on. I'll tell you this right now, Wyatt, I don't believe you, because people that make money don't have an immature attitude like you. Anybody can say, oh, I'm a millionaire online. And I'll tell you right now, I don't believe you. I think you're full of crap. So that's all there is to it. Now, with a brand deal, you have to be in a place where you can respond to a brand in a way that makes sense for them, right? So be in a place where you can write, because brands want to do this. Brands want to work with an influencer. They've already decided they're going to work with an influencer. So be the influencer that makes it easy for them. Write a proposal that makes sense and respond and say, hey guys, where are we at with this? Like, where do you want to go with this? Like, how about we do this? That type of thing.
I also think it's important to understand that what brands do you want to work with? At your side, can you reasonably expect to work with large brands like millions of users?
Right.
It depends your size, and it's all relative. You may not be able to work with those brands that you love extensively today, but that doesn't mean you can't work with them in a year, and it doesn't mean you can't work with them in 3. YouTube is a long-term game. You can't expect to run a sprint and be awarded a marathon's medal.
Yeah, I've had channels that have like 100 subs, and they've told me my goal is to work with GoPro, and it's like, GoPro has their pick.
TubeBuddy is being worked on all Android devices as we speak. That's my answer. Reply to that. Keep going.
GoPro is a billion-dollar company. They're revolutionary. They have a waterproof camera. You've got to be in a place where you're like realistically, targeting brands that make sense. So go to your local like electronics store. Go to an e-commerce store. Find an affiliate marketer that's affiliating Amazon links and partner with them on that type of work and start there. Build up a resume. I was just talking with E4 Electric about the same thing. Is on his media kit, he doesn't have any he didn't have any testimonials. And it's like, dude, put testimonials on it and say, I've worked with this person, I've worked with that person, I've worked with this person. Get some little wins under your belt and then move forward with bigger brands. And
Absolutely.
It's going to take time, but you can do it.
And I also want to say, your real estate whisperer says, Owen, if I hadn't found you on Facebook, I wouldn't have known the power of YouTube. And that just shows that Owen, for your real estate whisperer, was the one person that she needed to see to pivot her mindset on the power of YouTube. And again, we talk about the power of social connectivity. And Owen, you've influenced someone to be on a website. That's powerful. It doesn't matter how large you are. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you have authority, if you have enough belief in you that they will try something new and they are successful on it, then that is a win. And that's something Owen can take. That is something a lot of people can take. I see people all the time saying, well, I only have 6 comments and I have 100 subscribers. Then focus on those 6 comments.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? Like, I would say this. what are their names? Right? Because if you've got like, you've only got these 6 subscribers, or you've only got 6 comments, and you don't know their names, like, you don't deserve to grow, right?
Thank you so much, Card Shark.
Your real estate whisperer, she's been on my podcast. We've introduced her to our audience. Like, I know her daughter. I know her daughter just won a gymnastics contest. What do you know about your audience? You know what I mean?
Beanie Draws is a great example.
Beanie Draws, Daryl Bean, absolutely. Like, dude, me and that guy, like, we freaking like get down together. Like, we talk about like family drama together, you know, because we've developed a relationship, you know, and
here's a challenge to everyone watching, either live or in the replay. Can you name the actual names, not first and last, obviously, but at least the first name of 3 of your subscribers? If you can't, then that's a problem within your community, because it means either you don't have a strong enough community to where you have that level of trust. And if you can't name their names, then give me a username. Give me something to where you can show that you connected to a community. Because here at TubeBuddy, that's one of our first and most important things. We build our tools for you who are watching. We went on Android, we are on iOS. We go where you are so we can better our community, better our brand, and better make YouTubers successful. And that is important. And I think that fundamentally you want to entertain. You want people to realize that what they are doing should be fun, that it can be doable, and that it's not impossible. Be free. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I want to infotain. I want people to learn by my example, as opposed to necessarily like what the things I'm teaching are, right? Because like I might be teaching you like how to write a title, but at the end of the day, you write titles your own way and it works. That's all right, you know. But I'd rather that you learn from my energy, right? Like when you're dealing with haters, right? There's this sort of like ignore your haters thing. I'm not always that guy. Oftentimes I am, but learn by my example, guys. If you got haters coming on and trying to mess with you, mess with them back. If that's right for you. If it's better for you to just block and delete, then do that. You know, what I'm saying is be free. Be free to do whatever you want to do, right? And not worry so much about what the gurus, what the experts say to do. And I do consider myself a guru or an expert. But that doesn't mean that I want you to learn by what I'm doing, right? Give it your all. Like at the end of this live stream, I'm not going to have any energy left. I'm not going to be like, oh, I could do that again, because I'm putting it all on the table right now. Learn from that, you know, as opposed to all the things I'm talking about. Learn from when I go live, I'm going to put it all on the table.
Absolutely. And I'm seeing a lot of people saying, I actually know the names of people in my community. That's powerful. And this is a power tip for people who are using TubeBuddy. I showed Owen this earlier today. Use TubeBuddy camera responses.
Yeah, that's good.
So you can thank people using their username. I've been saying this a lot lately, and I know a few of you have caught on, but actually take that extra time so you can reply using their username. Because would you rather hear a thank you or a Owen, thank you so much? Which one is?
Oh yeah, I want to hear my name.
Exactly.
I want to hear my name. It's like anybody can just be like copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. So when you use the name, and TubeBuddy has that feature, I think that's a phenomenal feature.
Also a free feature.
Sergeant Tank Pet says, LOL, I'm all about trolling the trolls. And I don't like getting in fights. Like that's not my thing. But like I had a comment the other day from someone that was like, you know, like, this video, this video sucked. You're full of crap. And he had no profile pic, right? It was just the default profile pic. So my response was, cool profile pic.
Dr. Stan Eckberg says you love that preset responses with the username. Absolutely, because it's powerful. And I always use the username, but then I write a custom message. And obviously, as time goes on, that may change. But at TubeBuddy, I am responsible for all the comments. I always do my best to write a custom message. Now, obviously, if it is, how do I install TubeBuddy? It may have a pre-done message, but just because it's pre-done doesn't mean that it's not any more thoughtful. And the fact that most creators at a certain level, they just stop replying to comments. They wonder why they're not growing. And I'm like, when was the last time you engaged your community? They're like, well, I make videos based on what they ask, but when did you ask them things? When did you engage?
Yeah. When did you just like do something for them? A live stream, Q&A, like.
And welcome, Dr. Stan.
You know, all those. Yeah, it's always great to see Dr. Stan. He's like an active member of the community. So I think that's great. And Real Estate Whisperer too, you know, these are, you know, here's the thing, guys. I think we want you to learn to be the best creator you can be, not the best creators that we can be, or following in our footsteps, other than, you know, go after your goal, go after your dream with your full heart, right? Maybe your goal is growing on YouTube. Maybe it's getting views on your next video, right? think about what your goals are and stay focused on those things, and don't let anything else get in between that. Just, you know, my wife and I, we do planners. We have the full focus planner, and like we're pretty organized with our goals. We look at our daily plan and go like, okay, is what we're doing today aligned with our overriding
Thank you so much,
goal?
Stephanie.
You know, and if it's not, then we don't do that thing, right? Dwight Schrute says, he says, like, I always think to myself before I do.
Music?
He says, before I do anything, I would think, would an idiot do this thing? And if an idiot would do it, then I would not do that thing, right? Look at your goal. With somebody who accomplishes your goal, do that thing. And if not, then don't do that thing.
So the history terp says, I haven't got any videos up yet because of the upcoming surgery. Best of luck to you on that. To fix a medical issue, but I'm working hard coming up with and playing all videos I'll be doing. Even then, even though you're aware you can't create videos, if you can't create videos now, planning. Owen is a cancer survivor.
Yeah.
Owen knows, I think probably more than most, what it's like to feel like you can't do anything during a medical situation. Am I right?
Yeah, and everyone's situation is different. You know, for me, the biggest debilitator of cancer was the depression, right? And like feeling like I couldn't do anything. But at the end of the day, I really could. Yes, my chest hurt. Yes, my body hurt. Yes, I was depressed. But could I still make videos? Yes, and I did. And if you guys want to go check those out, Google Owen Hemsath or just the hashtag Life Wins on YouTube or Facebook, and you'll see the videos that I did during cancer. I put them on a blog that I wish I would have developed a little bit more, but I didn't. And I ended up doing those videos, and I started creating videos, and I kept going because a big motivator for me is telling me I can't do something. And so oftentimes I'll tell myself, oh, you can't do that, to trick myself into getting up and doing it.
One of the most powerful things I think that a creator can remember, and I see this a lot with a lot of creators, either they're in the daily vlog grind or they're in a grind where they're like, I can't create content because I rely on a day-to-day. You can always make content ahead of time or record in batch. I think it's important to remember that the only limits on YouTube you have are the ones you set for yourself, and that is something people forget.
Yeah, it's a great point.
So, Owen, we have about 8 minutes left. I wanted to thank everyone in the chat. I think this is a powerful sentiment. We have 36 people watching and 36 likes. That means out of everyone who's watched, they have also liked. That's powerful engagement, folks.
That's good.
And here's the thing. I see a lot of comments asking, why are you guys live so late? This is a little different than our normal regular schedule, but we are here at an event. We have this opportunity to be face-to-face, and we don't always get this. A lot of people are like, the experts don't always.
With a pool in the background. I mean, come on, guys. Like, this is a unique opportunity.
Up to 40 likes, just proving the point even more.
Boom.
And again, this will be live. You can enjoy this afterwards, but I think a lot of the points still stand. A lot of what we're saying is still true. Now, Owen, I want to know, and I think a lot of people want to know, is a lot of people have this idea of a I made it moment. Do you think that's true for YouTube? Have you personally experienced it? Because most of the experts I asked, they're like, it's not an I've made it moment. It's more of a I'm content.
Yeah, I've had multiple of those moments. And you have them it's like a graph, right? You have these moments where you're high and you're like, I made it. And you have these moments where you're like, oh, my life sucks. And you're like, oh, I've made it. Oh, I'm still making it. I'm doing pretty good. Oh, I'm pretty good. Oh, my life sucks. You know, it's going to be an ongoing thing. For me, I think my first I've made it moment was talking to Jeremy Vest, and we were at Social Media Marketing World. We were both speaking there, and I was whining about something because I'm a whiner. When I get in my moods, I whine, and I whine up, right? I never go down. I always whine up to people that I look up to. Good night, Andrew. Thanks for being here tonight, and thanks for just having such a great attitude about getting coached and all that. We really appreciate it. Jeremy said to me, dude, you have a successful channel. You're making tons of money. You're speaking at the biggest conferences in the world. You've made it. And there was this moment of, oh yeah, oh yeah. Guys, I'm at Clamour Con, right? For many of you know, I shared my income online publicly with people, at least a chunk of it. And I got tons of people that I look up to going like, dude, I wish I could make half that. People that I thought were making twice that were like, no, I'm not. That was another I've made it moment. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm over here complaining about my revenue when I should be grateful for my revenue.
What education type videos do we recommend for being successful on YouTube? The TubeBuddy videos, Owen's videos, Roberto's videos, Brian's videos, Nick Nimon's videos.
I would say all the streamers on this channel, but I would also even say Peter McKinnon.
Absolutely.
I would say find channels
That fit.
about performance on camera and about like the art of filmmaking. Because even though we're not doing films, like storytelling. I'm reading a great book on the art of storytelling right now. I think it's called The Art of Storytelling. I don't know. It's on like Audible. So, like you get it once and you never see the title again. Learn how to tell stories, guys.
Hello, Dusty.
Learn how to go, Porter. Learn how to go from beginning to middle to end. And I think other things that could be helpful is like, it's not YouTube specific stuff. Like it's how to use imagery. The psychology of selling if you're in more of a business channel, right? Branding. I suck at branding. My branding is horrible. I mean, now it's okay, but it's only okay. I wish I had spent more time with branding early on. I think all of those things, ask your brain a question, your brain will answer. So ask yourself, where do I need to get better? And then the first thing that comes to your mind, go find a channel on that. Go check out Ben's channel at Charisma on Command and just learn how to be more engaging and energetic on camera. All of those things I think are very helpful.
Absolutely. And I'm seeing Dusty in the house. Dusty, we need to get you at VidCon. Would love to have the entire streaming team at the TubeBuddy live table. If you are unaware, we have a podcast, TubeBuddy.com/express. Oh, and have you been on that podcast yet?
I have. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dusty's the man.
Absolutely. So I want to answer, there's a certain moment you should pivot, or do you think that you should focus? What is your question?
Yeah, I think